Well, hello there. Welcome to our issue number 2 of Nonprofit Tech Tools. We're very excited to show about this one. Issue 1 had some great feedback, so we're really excited to get going on this one here. And this one we're going to be talking about backups and file sharing. So just as a reminder, what we are talking about here on Nonprofit Tech Tools is we want to introduce you to new technology tools, ones that will help you do your job and make your life easier. But we're not just going to tell you go use this tool. We're going to show you why you need to use it. We're also going to show you how to use it, or how we use the tool and how we think you should use it. So let's go ahead and jump right into our second tool here, backup and file sharing. So why are we talking about backup and file sharing? Because it's not a matter of if you will lose your data, it's a matter of when you will lose your data. It will bite you eventually. So you need to address it now. I can't tell you the number of clients and nonprofits I have talked to that have lost data and didn't know what to do about it, and they were in a full-scale panic. If you back it up, you'll never have to worry about that. So my rule of thumb when I talk about backing up with folks is I say, what would make you cry like a baby? What files or resources, if you lost them, would just crush your soul, would leave you in the corner, rocking back and forth, crying, and you just wouldn't even know where to turn next if you lost those files? So think about those and definitely start backing those up. At that point, you might as well start backing up everything that's important to you, and then you won't have to worry about losing it all. So backup is one thing. File sharing is just a bonus. The tool we're going to talk about today does both backups and file shares, and it makes it really easy to share those really large files. So if you have a video file that you want to send to somebody, you can't just email it because it's too large. It's going to be, 100 megs, 200 megs. Most email programs aren't going to allow that to go through. But you can upload it to this tool we're going to talk about today, and then you give them a special link, and they can go and download that file. It makes it super easy to do. You can make those sharing links both public or private and secure. And so most people are probably thinking right now, so you're talking about Dropbox, right? No, we're not. Dropbox is one way to do some simple backups and to share files, but the tool we're going to talk about today is even better than Dropbox. So what we're talking about today is an app and website called copy.com. So why copy.com? It's like Dropbox, but it's better. So Dropbox gives you 2 gigs of data to start with. So you can start with 2 gigs of data that you can upload. Copy.com starts you with 15 gigs. All right, so we're talking 7 times as much space right out of the box. You also get an extra 5 gigs if you use my link to sign up right there, nonprofitrd.com/copy. If you use that link, you're going to get an extra 5 gigs. So you're going to start with 20 gigs right off the bat. 20 gigs of data, that is a huge amount of data. And then once you sign up, you can refer other colleagues, other folks at your company, friends, family, and everyone that signs up from your link is going to get, you're going to get an extra 5 gigs of data. So that really, really starts to add up. You can suddenly have 30, 40, 50 gigs to be backing up pretty much everything that is important to you, including photos and videos and all of that stuff. So why do we like copy.com? It makes it really easy to back up your files. Once you install the software, you have a folder on your desktop or on your computer that you can just drag files to, and it's going to automatically back those up to the cloud. What we like even more, and we're going to show you this in the demo, is you can then just open those files right from the copy folder and work on them, and immediately they are then backed up to the cloud. Even better than that is you can work offline. So this was great for me the other day. I was working on this PowerPoint presentation and I had to go get an oil change on the car. So I grabbed my laptop. When I went to the oil change place, there was no internet connection, but I still opened up my copy folder, started working on the PowerPoint presentation, and saved it. When I got back home and connected to the internet again, it automatically updated my copy that was in the cloud. So it was backed up from that point on. So by putting things in that backup folder, you are able to work on it, create it, back it up. You're never going to lose it. It's a very nice feature to have. So get further into it, sharing files. This is fabulous. Like we talked about, you have that large video file, you have a large folder of pictures, all that stuff. You want to share them. This works very similar to Dropbox, but again, we get so much more space, and we also get the opportunity to share files either publicly or securely. So publicly, I can just get a URL and I can share that URL with whoever. They can go to that URL, they can download whatever I have there. But I can also share it securely, which gives it a secure link, and people have to verify their email address in order to get into that folder and download the file. So that might be great for sharing board documents. That might be great for sharing a video that you don't want to be shared publicly. Another great feature of Copy.com is they have something they call the fair storage program. And what that means is if you have a folder that has 20 gigs of data in it and you share it among 4 people, that only counts as 5 gigs against your quota. So it actually shares that 20 gig among 4 people, 5 gigs. So you can actually share a lot more than what your total is if you're sharing those files. So that is actually a huge benefit as well. Finally, another great benefit of Copy.com is access anywhere. So you can use Copy.com on any device. I can be at an offsite client location and I forgot a file that's on my copy. I may not even have my laptop with me. I can log on to any computer that's connected to the internet, log into my Copy account, and then drag that file onto the desktop. So my files are always accessible. I can even use my iPhone or Android phone to look at my files, copy my files, and send files to others. And I've done this on a number of occasions. I had an invoice that I had to go and pay, and I brought my phone with me, accessed my Copy.com, pulled up that invoice, and I was able to fill out the information that I needed. So another great benefit. Again, if you use the link that we have here, nonprofitrd.com/copy, you're going to get that extra 5 gigs. So now that we've talked all about why you need to be doing this and all the great features of Copy, let's go ahead and jump right into a live demo of Copy.com. Okay, so let's demo some of the features of the Copy.com application here. First of all, we don't want to just go right to the homepage. We want to make sure you get your extra 5 gigs of backup storage. So if you're on the blog post where you're watching this video, hopefully, you can scroll down. You see the Copy.com link there. If you click that, you're going to get taken to the Copy site and the application for a free account. And as you can see, it shows the extra 5 gig bonus right here. So make sure you have signed up for that. You just put in your name, email, password. You click Get Started for free. It's going to create an account for you, and then it's going to log you into the system. And once you're there, the important thing that you need to do is to install the app. So once you log in, you won't have any folders in here like I do, but you will have your account set up, and you'll have the install app. You click the install app button, and it'll detect what type of computer you're on, whether it's Windows, whether it's Mac OS X or whatever. You're going to click that. You're going to install that. Once you install that, you're going to get your 15 gigs plus your 5 gig bonus, and you will be ready to go. Alrighty, now we have installed the application on our computer. So we have the account set up, we have the online version, we have the application now installed on our computer. We'll now get a Copy folder on our computer. Now I've put a shortcut on my desktop, but if we want to double click on that, it's going to open up my my computer section. As you can see, I have a Copy folder here now under my favorites. Now to get that as a desktop shortcut, I just right clicked and did send to desktop, and then I had a shortcut on my desktop, and I prefer that because it makes it very easy for me to go and grab my Copy files. But as you can see, now that I've opened up this folder, you can see all of the files that I have in my Copy folder. These are all automatically being backed up to the cloud, and if I choose to work on one of these files, I open it up and work on it and then save it, it's going to save that copy, that new version, up to the cloud. So it's always the latest version that's being saved to the cloud. And it's very easy to get our files saved and backed up into the cloud. I can just drag any file I want, like this test file here, drag it over to my Copy folder, and boom, it is now in the Copy folder being backed up to the cloud, but it's also here on my local desktop. As you can see, it disappeared from this section. So it's not like we're going to have multiple copies of our files all over the place and not know which one is the latest version. There is really only one copy. If I bring that back out to my computer, it takes it out of my Copy folder. I bring it back here. So it works just like any other folder on your drive, which is really nice for version control. Now, what I can do is I can open this file here and I can work on it and then save it. And it's going to automatically save those current versions there. But the other thing I can do, if I right click on any file in my Copy folder, I get this new section called Copy Actions. And with copy actions, I can do a couple things. I can view it on my copy website, which is my account. I can also share this now. I can send a public link or copy the public link. And what that is a unique URL just for that file that I can share with coworkers, colleagues, clients, partners, whatever I need to do, so they can go in, they can either download that file, or you can even make it to where they can edit that file. And I've started to do this with some of my partners and some of my clients where there's some files we both need to be working on. I'm sharing them in my copy folder so that we can both work on it and both have the latest version of the file at all times. We also get a nice history of the file here, and we can also send it to peers, which is other folks that have copy accounts, and so that's where we can get that shared reduction in our overall quota there. So that is the folder online or on your computer that you can use. Next, we're going to go look at the online version of copy.com. Now let's take a quick look at the online version of your copy.com account. So once you've logged in the online version, you're going to see a setup similar to this. You'll have your files over here on the right. You can have different folders over here. We've already been here to install the application. But now that we're in here, there's a couple things we can do with the files, and it's a little different than the copy folder we have on our computer. So what's great about this is let's go look at our copy test document here. If I click on that, a new window will open up here to the right where I can do a couple of things. One, I can download the file. So let's say I am at a client site or I'm off-site and I need a file from my copy folder. I can log in on any computer that has internet access, and I can download that file. And I would have a copy of it. I could start working on it, or I could print it, or do whatever I need to do with that. That is huge, to always have your files at your fingertips. The next thing I can do is I can share this file. Now we can share it publicly, which is just a unique URL that I can copy this and I can paste it into an email. I can post it on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, or email it. That's all great. But the other thing I can do is I can make it a secure link. So what I do, if I click on Make It Secure, I can now go Make Secure, and now I send it to somebody via email, and they have to actually verify their email address. So they have to get the email. There's a link in there for them to verify it. That's the only way that they can get to the link to copy that account. So that's great for those things that you don't want everyone to have access to. So maybe a board folder with the board minutes, meeting minutes, and all that stuff in there. So that's great. So we can do that. The other thing we can do is we can look at file activity. This is really good if you're sharing a folder or sharing a document with somebody else. You can see when it was updated and who it was updated by. So this is kind of a good versioning control. You can see, was I the last person to edit the document, or did somebody else edit it after me? So that is great. So those are all the things you can do with the folders and files within the copy.com website. And I think you can start seeing now how powerful this is. And the last thing I wanted to show you on the copy.com application website here is how to get your extra 5 gigabytes for getting referrals. And to do that, you go up to your account, arrow up here, and click on Invite Somebody to Copy. When you do that, you'll get this nice little window. You can either put in their name and email address and just send it to them, or you can copy this URL and send that to anyone you want. You can email it out. You can talk about it on Twitter, Facebook, Google+. And remember, everybody that you get to sign up, you get another 5 gigs of data added onto your account. So you can quickly go from 20 to 25 up to 50. I mean, it just keeps going up and up. And they're doing this during their launch, so you're going to want to jump on that and do that right away. And so that is the online version of Copy. So that's the end of our live demo of copy.com. We really hope you enjoyed that. We hope it was helpful. Please let us know in the comments below what we could do better, maybe some other tools we can recommend. And our advice to you is get out there, sign up for Copy. We have the URL again right there, nonprofitrd.com/copy. Get that extra 5 gigs and start backing up those very important files. Now, this is just a very simple way to do backups. In future editions of Nonprofit Tech Tools, we're going to show you how to do more automated backups of your entire computer, but that's a little more in-depth type thing. This is just the quickest way for you to get going and saving those important files. So no more excuses. Get out there and do it.